Welcome to another TRI interview. Today we have Ryan Unzicker. He's the driver of the number 24 Chevrolet for Hendren Motorsports in the NASCAR ARCA Menards Series, and he picked up his first victory this weekend at Springfield. Ryan, thank you for joining me today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Happy to have you on. Well, you've been racing in the NASCAR ARCA Menards Series since 2003 and actually competed in your 20th ARCA start this past weekend at Springfield Raceway, and you were able to pick up your first career win. Tell me what that meant to you and your family and your race team to be able to get a victory in one of the top forms of motorsports.
Really, it means a lot to me and the team I was driving for, Team Hendren Motorsports out of Gridley, Illinois. Bill Hendren was the pretty much the founder of the team, and he's been racing a long time. So to be able to get his first ARCA Menards Series win means the world to me, to be able to do that for him. I know he's questioned about retiring over the last couple of years, and everybody's really been pushing him to, hey, let's not do that. We're still having fun. And so I'm so glad that they were able to put another year together.
Well, that is very cool. Racing stock cars on dirt right now is on everyone's mind, since Bristol and NASCAR announced last week that they're going to be turning Bristol Motor Speedway into a dirt track in the spring of next season for the NASCAR Cup Series. From your experience in racing stock cars on dirt, what is an expectation for the drivers and for the fans going into a race like that?
Well, my wife and I have been talking about that a little bit the last few days when we heard the news, and I don't really know what to expect with the dirt going on Bristol, just because it's so high banked. I do know that it could cause some problems with some splitters and some ground clearances, because there's going to be a lot of speed going into the corner. So I'm sure teams will be looking out after that, but I just look back at like the truck race at Eldora, kind of judge it with the trucks there, but it'll definitely be interesting. I would love to be there to watch it in hand, but I think they're going to learn a lot to be able to put those cars on the dirt.
I think everyone is excited to see what that race will bring. Well, when you're not racing in the ARCA series, you race late model dirt cars in different series throughout the nation. Tell me a little bit about that operation.
Sure. Well, we have a dirt late model. We run mainly United Midwest Promoter Series, which is called UMP. It's short for UMP. We run a lot of Illinois tracks, but we do travel all over. We haven't found ourselves traveling much as of the last few years, just with life and the kid and work. It's kind of gotten in the way, but we still do love it. We still do travel quite a bit with it. I think we've got 37 or 38 events that we've already put together, or we already raced this year in that series. We do race with the World of Outlaws occasionally in the Lucas Oil Dirt Late Model Series occasionally as well. So, that team is just it's a team that's been growing, that I've grown through the years, and we've been racing, and we feel like we're pretty successful with the Dirt Late Model as well. So I think some of that is pushed off to, the little success that we've had yesterday.
What are some of the biggest differences you see from racing your late model on dirt to a stock car on dirt?
Well, I would say, to start off with the dirt late model, I think a lot of people in the racing world have seen one. They do have a lot of suspension travel in the right front, up to 5 inches of travel in the right front, and then our left rear extends really high in the air. So the movement of the cars was probably the most noticeable thing. The other noticeable thing is the way they accelerate and deaccelerate would probably be the other noticeable thing. they're 2,300 pounds. They've got over 850 horsepower, and they just they brake easy and accelerate easy, to where the ARCA cars, they're just more of a, people have asked me this question before. I take it, and they're more of a tank. They're just slower to take off. They're slower to brake. There's just a lot more weight to move around. So, and the suspension travel just isn't there. That's just not what they're made for.
With you now being a winner in the NASCAR ARCA Menards Series, do you see yourself potentially adding more races in the future? You typically only race the dirt races, but could we see you on an asphalt track in 2021?
Probably not. I'm just blessed to be with Hendren Motorsports. It's a team that, we've known since I was a little boy. I've watched them in the stands at Springfield and DuQuoin when Bob Strait and Kenny Raleigh used to race for them. And, it always gave me chills when I was in the stands watching, and then I started crewing with them, and then I started driving for them. So we played around with the asphalt a little bit with Hendren Motorsports. We did the ASA, American Speed Association, for 1 year. Didn't have a whole lot of success there, but we were all learning to try to build into that program, and then they went bankrupt and closed the series. But I would love to try, but it is so expensive, and Bill is pretty much does it by himself and with a couple other partners. Brian Smith, he's also partnered up with Bill Hendren, and then just a couple local sponsors. My father puts in a little bit of money, and then a couple other little sponsors in the community just throw in a little bit of money to help out, so it's really all Bill Hendren and Brian Smith's efforts. So to get them out of the 2 dirt races to go asphalt, I don't think that's going to happen, but if there was ever another team that asked me to, drive for them, sure, I would never turn the opportunity down. I think we would be very good at places like Salem or some of the shorter tracks. We did race like Kentucky, Chicagoland, Charlotte Motor Speedway. We've done the bigger events with the American Speed Association. So not just the bull rings, we could probably get around the 1.5 miles too.
Awesome, Ryan. Well, thank you for joining me today.
Well, thank you very much. We're still pretty pumped, and my phone's still blowing up left and right with text messages, emails, phone calls. So it was a pretty special day for all of us, and we're going to enjoy that all week, I think.